That's a good question. Seriously, I started when I joined IPI. That was in 2008. My thinking then was, I am working on a wellness company, and just to share a piece of that wellness organization, I have to start it for myself. I tried the triathlon. I do biking also. I swim, but after several assessments, I found out that my love was really in running. So I stick to where I love to do it on a consistent basis. Yeah. First, focus on what you intend to become. It all starts from how do you want your life to happen. And when you decide that I'm gonna be healthy, then the next phase there is put some task on how to be healthy.
Mayong adlaw mga ka-wellness, I'm Mara, your host, and welcome to Bida Talks. Today's episode is for all you busy bees out there wondering how to stay active when life just won't slow down. Our guest is a marathoner and IPI's former Vice President for Supply Chain and Logistics. Please help me welcome Bernabe Ponla. Hi, Sir Bernie. How are you?
Hi, thank you for inviting. I'm fine, thank you. Thank you.
Very smiling si Sir Bernie ever since I actually met him earlier today. It's nice to see a fresh face na pod today. But if I may ask, Sir Bernie, you were a VP for
Yes, I
IPI.
was.
For how many years was that?
I was VP for around 12 years, and then a consultant for IPI for 3 years.
Wow, so like 15 years.
15 years.
15 years in
Yeah.
total. How was that experience like? I mean, I can only imagine with your title and the number of years under your belt. How was that like with your family and your work-life balance?
Well, it was working as an executive in IPI. It's very challenging, but fruitful because you can see the fruit of all the labors that's coming out of the company, and I'm so grateful and glad what's happening. And it's in the context of balancing, it's just a matter of putting yourself into segmentation of time to rest, time for family, and time for work.
Yes,
So
and
that's basically what I did for my career here.
yes, and true to his word, it is really about being able to juggle a packed schedule, like we mentioned earlier. But from IPI for 15 years, you retired recently. Congratulations,
Thank
and
you.
welcome to the dito na tong mention sa senior citizen. Char lang,
A
joke
lot
lang.
of perks, by
Yes,
the way. Free
of course.
parking, 20%.
Yes, but this time though, you're not yet done with the supply chain and logistics industry. Kay I know nahuman na ka sa IPI, but you're also now currently a professor
Yes, I
at
am.
the University of San Carlos, and this is still teaching what subject?
I'm teaching also supply chain and logistics under the industrial engineering department, but I'd also handle other operation subjects in that department, including HR even.
Wow. Curious kay ko, sir, kay imagine na pila ka years nga supply chain and logistics niya. Mo gyapon lagi ka po, ni-retire na lang ka, pareha nang gyapon na imong industry. This time around, teaching other people what you do. Why was that path something you wanted to do? Ano di ka ganahan mo let go siguro ani nga specific industry?
It's basically a pay forward for me. It's like an advocacy that what I've learned, because supply chain and logistics is not only from what I get from the books and the theories, but I get it from the experience, especially with IPI. And it's so important that I could pay it forward to the young generations so that they will be ready when they're into the working environment.
Yes. And kaswerte na lang sa mga students, no? I mean, coming or learning from someone who has had so many years and so much wisdom under his belt. Amazing jud kayo. But sir, this time, of course, IPI is all about and advocating for wellness,
Yes.
having a fit and healthy lifestyle.
Yep.
Of course, we would like to get into you as a runner, you as a marathoner. I'm sure dako sa jud kayo ni siya nga time and effort nga imong gigahin para ana. I would like to ask, when did it start? When did you become very active and wanted to live a healthy life?
That's a good question. Seriously, I started when I joined IPI. That was in 2008. My thinking then was, I am working on a wellness company. And just to share a piece of that wellness organization, I have to start it for myself. And that is where and incidentally, at that time, our plant was in Mabolo, and at the back of that was a gym.
Yes.
So that was my key move to represent the company in the context of wellness.
Yes.
And I allocated time on that. And at that time, I decided that someday I'm gonna run a marathon.
Wow.
And 3 years after 2008, I did realize that dream
Wow.
in Cebu Marathon in January 2011.
Amazing, Sir Bernie. And I'd like to piggyback on what you said, no nga. You wanted to practice what you preach, kay nag-work mo kag IPI, and they're advocating for wellness. So I'm bringing the name of the company and also want to
True.
be able to do that for
That's
others. Kaning pag decide nimo nga ganan ka mo fit and active, has it always been running or basig na ay lain activity or sport maybe nga you have tried? Sa running lang jud ka naganahan?
I tried several. Actually, when I was a young boy, I was a varsity in basketball.
Wow.
When I was very young in San Jose, Recoletos. And I tried several actually. And before seriously into running, I tried the triathlon. I do biking also.
Wow.
I swim. But after several assessments, I found out that my love was really in running. So I stick to where I love to do it on a consistent basis. Yeah.
Kaning pangutan-on ti ka, Sir Bernie. 2008, when you first started, 3 years after 2008, nag-marathon ka. 2025, do you still run? Are you still as active as you were before?
Yes.
Wow.
I still run. In fact, for this event in IPI, on May 25, I'll be running the 21K.
Wow.
And would you know, that day is my birthday, it's my 62nd birthday,
Wow.
and my 37th wedding anniversary.
Wow, May 25, 2025. Dili na rin siya IPI run, guys. Happy birthday rin to Sir Bernie. Wow. And of course, nice kayo no nga kanang imong birthday. I mean, normally, birthday ta ganahan ta mag-eat out, where you spend it doing what you love. And I'm sure, are you bringing your loved ones with you
My
also?
wife will be joining.
Will be running also.
Yeah, because it's our wedding anniversary, and I told her, would you like to join me?
Yeah.
It's also our birthday, the two of us. It's our
Wow.
37th anniversary. So,
Yeah.
and she did register for 6
Wow.
kilometers. Yeah.
Very special, very special.
Indeed, it would be.
Curious ko, sir, how is your, kanang curious na ko kanang, kung pili lang ka mo tubag, sir, how old are you?
And I'm proud to say I'm 62 years
Wow.
old. This coming May 25.
Wow, 62 years old, sir. And curious jud ko sa, especially magod sa mga tao nga maybe who've had many years under their belt, nya pila naka years po nag-work. If mo retire ka, ganahan na kang pahuway, ganahan na ka mag-chill-chill lang, tanong showtime, or sa na diha. Gano'ng ganahan gyapon kang masigig active these days?
It's because, number one, I still can do it,
Yes.
being active. And 15 years back, when I said I decided to seriously run, I look forward to my retirement age that I could still be active in the things that I would like to do. Contrary to what I observed with my parents before. And I don't want my children to take care of me, and I cannot do things that I would like to travel. So I really prepared for this kind of eventuality,
Yeah.
so that I could still enjoy my retirement journey.
Yes, very life goals kay si Sir Bernie, no? Kay because just because you're retired, just because you have the power to maybe just rest, while you're able to, you still want to be able
Yes.
to move.
Yes.
Which is, it can resonate to a lot of people, especially sa mga,
Yes.
uban na mga lazy sa, upo mikabot og 60. So, we would like to take inspiration from you out of that. But if I may ask, Sir Bernie, what does a typical day look like for you? Considering you're a professor, but then you're also very, very active. But what does a normal day look like?
A normal day for me is basically routine. No? I always told the segmentation, 8 days of work.
8.
Oh, no, sorry. I'm sorry. 8 hours for a day.
Okay,
Because we have all
8 days, kaya basi napunaan.
No, we have 24 hours. We all
Yes.
have the same limited time slot for a day, 24 hours. So 8 days of that is rest, that's the sleep. 8 days of work,
8 hours.
and the 8 days of, eating, family, praying. Exercise is one of that.
Yes.
And in that 8 days that you are not getting revenue, I would allocate there my time, like myself,
Yes.
and the exercise, and something that would allow me to continue paying forward to the industry, to the community.
Yes.
So my day starts with obviously waking up, and I think a lot of my friends here in IPI knows that I drink 1.5 liters of water
Wow.
straight in at the start of the day, fresh from bed, going out. And I spend an hour in my bathroom, in my restroom, because I drank
Yeah.
1.5 liters. I know what's
Yes.
coming out there.
1 hour.
So for an hour there, I can do my prayer time and meditation and the
yes.
things to do for the day.
Yes.
And then after an hour, I'm ready to go to work out. It's either I run, which is my Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday schedules. And Monday, Wednesday, Friday is my biking.
Wow.
So I'll spend an hour for my cardio, for my heart,
Yeah.
and another 30 minutes for a little bit of strengthening.
Yes.
Yeah, some weights, little weights.
So,
So every day I have an hour and a half spent for physical preparation. Yeah.
So dili jud pwede nga wala isa ka adlaw nga di ka move, sir. Like
Except for my rest day, which is Sunday. And rest day for me is so powerful also.
Yeah.
You cannot over or underestimate rest.
yes.
That's so important. It's just like our cell phone. You need
Yeah.
to charge it.
Sakto.
Yeah.
Pero actually these days mag-charge yung phone kay magamit ang gihapon.
That would be challenging. It would deteriorate your equipment
Yes.
quite fast.
True. And just like they say, if our digital materials or our cell phones or iPads need charging, we also need charging
That's
as
true.
well. And I'd really like
That's
to pinpoint what you said nga naka 8 hours for work, 8 hours for sleep, and 8 hours for other things. Kaning 8 hours, especially na mag-iuban nga na may overtime, na icon. Is this how you juggle a packed schedule? When you say work ra jud. So mahuman ng 8 hours, dili na ko mo trabaho. Is it like that for you?
No, obviously not. Because in work, you're working as a team.
Yeah.
And there are times you are not in control with the work side because you're part of a big team. And if it so happen, and now hopefully it doesn't be on a consistent
Yeah.
basis, because overtime for me is just a spur of the moment because there are things that were not planned.
Yeah.
Then you have to juggle a bit, no?
Yeah.
On a temporary basis. So you have to eat up a little bit of your, the 8 hours that where you have to eat and
Yeah.
exercise and do all other stuffs. Get a little bit of that to compensate your extension of work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
because that's your source of revenue. You cannot
Yes.
also. So what you can control, do it.
Yeah.
If you cannot control, then go with the team because you're part of a team.
Yes, that's true. And of course, we've gotten to know Sir Bernie as a professional, as the supply chain and logistics. And the most part ako lang ha, kay very nindot mo gud imong transition nga kanang sir nga padayon gihapon ang imong pag impart sa imong knowledge to other people. And I think it resonates with a lot of people. But this time though, we want to pinpoint Sir Bernie as the runner. Sir Bernie as the person who advocates for a wellness and fitness lifestyle. So if I may ask, physically, mentally, emotionally po maybe, how do you prepare for runs or especially long distances or marathons?
I prepare for a long distance marathon. I prepare that days back. Let's say if there's an event like
Yeah.
IPI on 21K, and October I'll be, by the way, running also a marathon in Chicago again for
Wow.
my third time. There's a lot of preparations behind that, no? And for me, preparation is as important as the actual event.
Yes.
Because the only difference of preparation, the actual event, there are many people in the actual
Yes.
event. In the preparation, you could only be alone. I borrowed that from a statement of Kobe Bryant that actual game is actually the same as when you practice. The only difference is when you practice, you could be alone.
Yeah.
In the actual, there's so many people watching you. So you just have to manage the people.
Yeah.
But that is where you get your confidence because you've been doing that repeatedly in your training.
Yeah.
And then just do it on a special event where many people are watching. So I do that and I prepare marathon, like consistently do the training.
Wow.
Yeah, do the training. If there's a 21K, I have to run 10K probably twice a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very religiously. Oh, do you do this with your wife also? Do you practice or train together?
Only on a Saturdays, because we have a team of runners.
Yeah.
I have a group.
Community,
I
yeah.
have a community team, and we agree that on a Saturday, we bring our wives, and our wives do, while we are running, our wives are do the walking.
Ah,
Yeah, there
okay.
at Camp Lapu-Lapu.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
Because
and
I
they
always
do
ask,
decide
yeah.
where to eat
Wow.
because that's how they love.
So Saturdays, di ay ni, at
Saturdays is
least.
our routine
Yeah.
for our wives to be part sa
Yeah.
training. Yeah.
This running community that you have,
Mm-hmm.
do we have a name for it? Do you call yourself something?
Actually, it's our own name. We call it Team Boyek.
Team Boy.
Yeah.
What
Because
was the
Boyek
reason?
is a name of the founder of our team.
Ah, okay.
And he owns Arby's Bake Shop.
So mga una na ikaw
Magaong fan. And when we run all the roads here in Cebu City, there are a lot of Arby's.
Big siya.
So we just get water from there, and we are Team Boyek, oh, this is the owner.
Nindot sila ni Team Boyek da kay advocates for running and wellness, advocates sila sa kaon. Ganahan ka nida. Pero kani siya, is this open to all, or is just specifically for a friend
yeah,
group?
we could invite others, but it started as a group of people in the gym,
Yeah.
and we decided to really take serious about running.
Yeah.
And it's fun when you are in a group.
True. Because it's one thing to train alone, it's another thing to have the support of other people.
that's true.
If I may ask though, especially yung pila na katuig na run, sir, have you ever had any kind of challenge or hurdles in your fitness or in your active lifestyle? Maybe ganahan ka muundang, or any kind of hesitation you might have had?
Yeah. One of the major setback, if I may call it a setback, in my running journey was in 2016, I met an accident just near IPI in Samantabadra Road in Banilad.
Oh, yeah.
I was hit by a bike while I was running. I lost 2 front teeth.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was one of the major setback.
Yeah.
And with that incident, a lot of my friends, including my wife, said, "Hey, stop running, stop
Yeah.
running." But for me, it gained me more passion and confidence that this is what I meant about journeying
Yeah.
on something that you love doing, and it makes you feel good, and you will encounter all those stuff. So I did have those kinds of experiences, if
Yeah,
I may say
I'm
that.
sorry to hear about that. Pero,
Yeah.
di ba, at some point, especially nga kanang road accident, manino,
It's a
wala
road. I was running on the road, and suddenly a bike just hit me at my back because the biker was working in IT,
Yeah.
IT block, a BDO employee,
Yeah.
not BDO,
BPO,
BPO employee, and he was a night shifter, and probably he was sleepy already.
Sleepy. So, gabi na ni siya, sir?
No, it's an
or
early morning, at 5:30 in the morning.
So, Sir Bernie, have you ever struggled with staying consistent sa imuhang fitness journey?
I did struggle in a context of consistency. But because of my desire to really achieve what I would like to achieve, especially running full marathon, 42K, and it's not a joke.
Yeah.
So it's of my desire that I tried to overcome that consistency with another word, and that's the discipline to do it. If you say you're gonna run this day, I'm gonna run it. There are moments that it's difficult to run because
Yeah.
of some other factors, but when I push myself, it's a struggle in the first 5 to 10 minutes, and that's normal, and every runner would know this. The first 5 to 10 minutes of running, it's a struggle.
Yeah.
And then once you get the momentum, 10 minutes to 20 minutes, you feel good already, and it's all the way. And you just have fun enjoying the environment
Yeah.
and meeting other people while they're doing the same passion along the way.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
a refreshing perspective. If I may look back on the things that you said earlier, diba, from IPI to now transitioning to being a professor at USC, is there a difference in the way you balance your active lifestyle then to compared to now that you've already retired and then teaching at the university?
In the context of balancing, there's no difference. But in context of time spent on workouts,
Yeah.
this is now, because I have more time now, because the teaching is just a limited work, and I have much time of myself and my family, and the myself there is the workout.
Yeah.
So I am lock into, when I say 1 hour, 30 minutes, I'll do it every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Consistent.
And there's no more factor from the work side.
Yeah.
Because my work now is not a team. I'm a professor, so I'll
Yeah.
just spend the way I schedule it.
Yeah.
So there's no extra
Yeah.
revenue time, so
Yeah.
to speak, to put into the equation.
Yeah, and also other than the physical effort that you put in, there's also the mental discipline that actually
Yes.
comes to play, right?
Yes, and the important thing there is, because I'm a believer of you become what you think, no? And if you're so serious about what you want to become,
Yeah.
because it's in your mind,
Yeah.
you just have to make it happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
And
become
then in our running group in Team Buyek, we have a saying that goes, ang may gusto, may paraan.
Yes.
Ang ayaw, may dahilan. Exactly.
True.
Exactly.
True. And of course, it's really mind over matter, right? You
Yep.
become what you think. I really like that.
Yep.
But what can you say to people, whether you're students or professionals, people who may say they don't have time, people who may say we have too much work to do? What can you advise to them, especially in terms of getting fit or getting into the wellness lifestyle?
Yeah. My advice is first focus on what you intend to become. It all starts from how do you want your life to happen. And when you decide that I'm going to be healthy, then the next phase there is put some tasks on how to be healthy.
Yes.
And once you have laid out those tasks, try applying it. I know it's a struggle at the first take, no? But if you are, again, locked into what you want to become, then obviously things will happen. Like here, when we work at IPI, we want to become one of the best wellness company. We'll put timelines, we put strategies of doing it, and then we implement.
Yes.
And I know there are ups and downs, but if you are consistent to what you want to become, eventually it will happen.
Yes.
And that's my simple advice. Start slow, start small. Well, in running, if it's a 42K, I started 3K. Yeah. Started 3K for almost a month, and I feel good. I add 10%. And I feel good still. I add another 10% until I reach the goal.
Wow.
Remember, it took me 3 years to make that happen.
Wow.
Start small, do it consistently, regularly, with discipline, and it will happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, mura siya New Year's resolutions, or no?
In a way, but you have to
Yes.
implement it. Do
Of
not
course.
make repeat again.
Kaya baka mo na lang ang tuig, ay wag mo na nabuhat.
yes, that's right.
That's true.
right.
But it's really nice that other than putting a goal, other than outlining them, we have to be clear and intentional about what we want to happen.
You must be clear on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then take the first step to actually
Yeah.
doing it. Yes.
The first step should be small but consistent. No?
Yes.
Because every journey starts from a single step. And
Every
just make that
journey.
step. Yeah.
Yes.
With the mind of what you want to become. Do not lose that focus, because if you lose that focus, then everything will just go back to where you are.
Yeah, like you mentioned, it's one thing to set a goal and to dream, but it is another thing to be doing something about the
Exactly.
dream.
And that is where the challenge is to
Yes.
most of the one who wants to make that
Starter.
dream.
Yeah, amazing. And of course, I'd like to ask Sir Bernie, how has staying active helped you in your life as a whole or in general?
Oh, it does help a lot. After any workout, your body feels good, your mindset is good, your thinking ability is so good, your tolerance of patience is
Yes.
longer. No? And I want people to experience that.
Yeah.
Simply by just doing a bit of, even just a 20-minute walk,
Yes.
a lot of things would happen on the post-walk.
Yes.
How your mood is,
True.
dili ka sa puton dayon,
Kana.
o nya imong mind nindot ang iyang pag-analyze sa mga
Yes.
issues.
Yes.
Simply because you put an effort already at the onset. Yep.
True. And then di magdali. Especially karon ang culture sa Cebu nice kayo kay daghan na kay runners.
Yep.
Daghan na kay kamukitan sa mga dan
Yep.
these days. What can you say about the current culture? I'm sure pag start mo 2008 dahi pa jud kay na siya if you compare it to today. So what can you say about Cebu being a city of runners these days?
I am glad that we are in this kind of atmosphere now,
Yeah.
no, as opposed to what we were before. And there's a lot of runs now, and
Yes.
even IPI is helping us make this happen. No,
Yeah.
I'm so glad that it does. It would be happening frequently, and I do hope it would continue to be like this in the future. And it makes me feel good because remember, I'm doing paying it forward.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for my 2 apos. I have 2 grandchildren,
Wow.
and they see me working out. And I hope that it could be a
Yeah.
something that it gets into their goals later
Yes.
on. No? And that's
Yes.
and with that, of course, with other people around you meet in the road. No? Here, Bernie is running even at the age of 62.
Yes.
Why can't I? No? And I hope that would be just a spark
Yes.
to make their fire burning in a way.
Very true. And I like that, Sir Bernie. And of course, Sir Bernie here is a perfect example that wellness and being active and having a healthy lifestyle knows no age.
Yes.
And I see it in the way you speak, in the
Yeah.
way that you're very bubbly and you're very, very refreshing. You don't look 62, sir, at all.
Thank you.
And I really hope that a lot more people will be able to get inspired by
I
your
hope so.
journey, of course.
I hope so.
And of course, earlier, na-mention nyo ka, kisa may Tito Boy diring dapita, ay kabala ka, sir, na tay fast talk. Para, since dili mo ko boy, girl man ko karong adlaw, mag-rapid fire questions lang ta. So, whatever comes to mind first, you can just answer. And I have 2 options for each question. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Run or bike?
Run.
Run. 3-kilometer starter or 42 km finisher?
3 kilometers a starter.
Ganan ko ani sa mag-answer nga 3 km starter, sir. Was it because you always started somewhere or katoy mo gimension nga dili magdali?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important to start somewhere,
Yeah.
like small.
Yeah.
Because this is my feeling. At the end of the 42K, you have a medal and everybody will congratulate you.
Yeah.
My personal experience is not about the medal.
Yeah.
I always recall the journey
Yes.
of making that in the finish line. It's the 3-day, every day
Yes.
that brings back my memories. And that is the most beautiful part of it.
Wow.
The medal and the finishing line is just the icing in the
Extra
cake.
lang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Chicago Marathon or Cebu Marathon?
Chicago Marathon.
Or lahi sa siguro nag-level there na pita.
Yeah, nindot ng bugnaw.
Sakto. We have routine or adventure?
Routine.
Routine. Pray first or stretch first?
Pray first.
Pray first. And you mentioned you do meditation
Yeah,
as well.
I do my daily rosary even. And
Yes.
because I have an hour in the bathroom because of my water therapy.
Yeah, and just a fun fact though, you are also an active member of Couples for Christ,
I am.
right?
I am a
so
member of
prayer
Couples
and
for Christ.
meditation are very important factors
At
in
the start of the day.
Wow, that's amazing.
And at the end, of course.
Yes. Oh, this one. Grandpa goals or fitness goals?
Fitness goals.
Fitness goals. But do you at some point want to be able to impart that to your grandkids as
Yeah,
well?
because if I am fit, I could make
Play
my
with
grandpa's
them,
role.
yes.
So I have to
Wow.
be fit so that I can enjoy my grandchildren.
Yes, perfect. Mental focus or physical stamina?
Mental focus.
Wow.
Starts
Mental
from the mind. Everything starts from the mind.
That's true. And if your mind doesn't work, so will your body.
Exactly.
Nice. Running shoes na bago or worn-in favorite pair?
Worn-in favorite pair.
Wala dyan ko sa worn-in. No? Dili na pwede bago, Charez. But last question for you, Sir Bernie. Bernie the runner or Bernie the mentor?
Bernie the mentor.
Bernie the mentor. Can you tell us why you'd prefer to be called the mentor rather than a runner?
Because I want to see people achieve their dreams and their goals in life. And if it happens, like in my students, like the people I'm working with, if I
Yeah.
see my people grow, that's my satisfaction. If I see my students graduate and they're successful in their working career, that's the satisfaction of being a professor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sir Bernie. I've
Yeah.
learned so much from you, and I only hope to be able to reach the kind of the level of fitness and wellness that you are in now when I reach that age. Thank you so much, Sir Bernie. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, please do not forget we will see you on Sir Bernie's birthday and wedding anniversary at the IPI Run 2025, May 25, 2025. Please do not forget we will be running there with you, and of course, we can sing him a very happy birthday during that day.
I look forward to see you all there on May 25. It's my 62nd birthday. and my 37th wedding anniversary.
Wow,
See you there.
Yes, triple activity. And of
Triple
course,
activity.
please do not forget that the fun run is going to be at the SM Seaside City, Cebu. This has been Mara, your host, and this is Bida Talks, powered by Bida. See you next time.
Bye-bye.